Hey you guys, it's Rachel here with Senza Tempo County Corso. I'm out here with the dogs doing a little potty break. Hey, they're sugars. I know. Yeah, get out of my face, dude. Your face is all wet. Go. I love you, but no. Preacher's got a slobber face on. My pretty girl Midnight. And they don't like the fact that there's a guy sitting on a porch. Or not a porch, there's a chair out there, a little bench chair for the park out there that is kind of outside our property out there and within view, and they don't like that at all. So we got Tennessee. She's finally starting to grow. I mean, I know she was growing anyway, but when you're with them every day, it doesn't really seem like they're growing. And then all of a sudden, they're just like, whoa, you're huge. So I had a moment like that with her today where I was like, wow, she's really put on some size. Hey, pretty girl. So I went out to the property today, and they are actually out there making progress. They are officially breaking ground and making room and doing everything they got to do. So it's really exciting to get to see some actual progress. No, we do not chew on cement. No ma'am. Midnight. Crazy girl. Anyway, so we'll take you guys out there tonight and show you guys some video of what the property is going to look like. Alex and I have decided to, do the roommate thing, like how we met, and, just kind of work on ourselves individually and hope that maybe we can come together again, for the benefit of our family. We've been together 8 years, and, he's he's younger than me, so hopefully that will work itself out. So we'll see what happens. But you may see him on a video every now and then for that. So not giving up 100%, but we need to grow individually so that we can be better for each other. So that's the idea. Preacher. What'd I say? So, I got some news. I have a breeder that I've been working with. I paid for a puppy in February. I kind of put out an order of what I wanted, the type of dog that I'm looking for. And I've been waiting now for a while, which is just the way that works. When you work with a breeder and you let them know a specific type of dog that you're looking for, sometimes you have to wait for that. So I did, not a problem, but hopefully that will work itself out, and I will be able to get my dog in, they'll be born in October. So that would be pretty cool. Cashmere, quit being rude. Get over here and lay down now. I said now. Over here. You know you were bad. You know you were bad. Now lay down. No, don't come to me for affection. Lay down. Cashmere, lay down now. You were bad. Leave her alone. She's always trying to dominate Velocity. So anyway, I have to watch that. I have to always be keeping an eye on her for that because we don't want to allow that. So, and I know why she does it too. Velocity is our omega, but as I've said before, if given the opportunity, she would prefer to be higher up. And but unfortunately, her energy just isn't quite right for it. Like, she's not, she lacks the, I guess, almost like the wisdom, like the patience, And that's why she ends up, like, she gets way too excited, gets way too rambunctious, which is why Cashmere likes to try to dominate her. But I can tell that Cashmere can tell that that as Velocity ages and matures into herself, left completely to their own devices, I would have problems out of them. But as long as I always monitor, like I just did, with making sure that they respect each other's boundaries, I won't have a problem. And so if I would have let Cashmere keep dominating Velocity just then, eventually, as Velocity ages, she would have got tired of it the same way that she got tired of Midnight messing with her, and she would have rejected that dominance. And at that point, Cashmere would have went to enforce her dominance, and we would have had a fight. So it's not a problem that you have two dominant dogs, so long as you are always there to mediate any conflict or potential conflict between them, and ensure that they always remain respectful of each other and that they don't push boundaries that could end up resulting in a fight. So that's how I handle that. I've had a lot of people ask me, what will you do? Like I've had people ask me, what about if Midnight gets aggressive? What if she tries to challenge her mother? The truth is that it's my responsibility to monitor their interactions and ensure that if I see Midnight trying to do something like that, that I discipline her and correct her and make sure that she understands that that kind of behavior is not allowed. It doesn't matter whether or not you want to be higher up in the pack. That's not what matters. What matters is that the pack remain balanced and conflict free. And that's the goal. Anything that puts that in jeopardy is corrected and eliminated. And that's how I handle that. So it's not to say that you won't have incidents where you might have a dog that will try and come in and dominate the other one. Sure, you'll have that. There will be times where Midnight may try to sass her mother, or Velocity may get in trouble or whatever. Cashmere may go over there and try to dominate Velocity as she just did. All that is fine, so long as I am there to mediate that and prevent it from escalating. And when I'm not home, then I always make sure that those dogs that potentially could have an issue are kept separate. Okay, they need to be housed separately, because not even I can keep them from misbehaving when I'm not around. I mean, there's just it's just not going to happen. So these dogs are raw. They're not spayed, not neutered. They got all their hormones, and they are their own beings that have their own minds and feelings and whatever. And so, like I said, just like a kid, the minute that you walk out of the room, they're going to start doing whatever they want to do. So just keep that in mind. Don't think that just because you've got control when you're around, that somehow they're just going to listen to you when you're not around. It's always important to maintain the safety of the house by keeping dogs separate that could potentially have issues with one another. And making sure that they understand that they're not allowed to be disrespectful to one another. Like Cashmere knew right away, oh crap, I'm in trouble, I'm not allowed to do that. And so she quit. So that's an important little tidbit to remember. Also, want to do a shout out to Vicky at Cape Fear, Corso. She has received some donations, but not as many as she needs. Please, if you can find it in your heart to help out, if everybody donated just $1, it would go a long way towards helping her. She has always been a good person to me. She's never lied. She's always stuck to her word. She's never been rude to me. She's never been rude to anyone that I've ever seen, and that's the truth. I got in a bit of trouble recently. I guess I said something that was politically incorrect. There's a breeder that I know of that recently started up a rescue, and they were asking for donations because they were also affected by the flood, but they didn't mention the fact that they were a breeder. They just claim to be a rescue, and they've raked in a lot more donations than Vicky has, and I'm not gonna lie, it upset me because I don't consider it to be the full truth, right? Like I don't think that if you are a breeder that does rescue, that it's not something you should mention, because a lot of, whether it's true or not, a lot of people in the rescue community would consider that to be a conflict of interest. And anytime there's a conflict of interest, you should disclose it. So it is upsetting to me to see someone who I consider to be a very honest person and a really good person in the community like Vicky to get less than half of the donations that somebody else has, who in my eyes really isn't being 100% honest with the people that are donating to them. So it's up to you. Like I said, I'm not the person who determines what is morally right and what is morally wrong. But if I was donating to a rescue organization, I would want to know if they are also breeders. It may not even affect my decision, but I would still like to know. And as far as I've seen, most people in the rescue community blame breeders for the need for rescue. So I do think that they deserve to know. But it is what it is. Not to end this on a negative note or anything. I guess I just wanted to stress how badly that Vicky needs help. And people are out there helping other people, but she's really not getting near the amount of help. And in my opinion, she is a very deserving person that could have fudged the truth, that could have presented half facts. She could have just said nothing about the fact that she's a breeder. She could have just said, hey, it's me and my family and we need help. I mean, she's got kids. This other breeder doesn't even have kids, and they've gotten, like I said, over half as much as she has, just by claiming to be a rescue. So I don't think that that's right. But who am I, right? I'm just a random person with an opinion. So if you have it, to spare, please, help out Vicky. She really needs it. She's being very modest. She's not even asking a bunch of people for help. Or I should say humble. She's not out there, constantly talking about everything that's happened to her. You don't see any of that. She's just got her head down and she's dealing with it. And I have so much respect for that. I really do. She's just getting it done. And I wish to God that more people valued that rather than a feel-good story that isn't based in fact. So, or isn't based in full fact, that there's not a full disclosure there. So, that's all I'm going to say about that. Please, 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 if you find it in your heart to help Vicky, please do. She does need help. Everybody needs help out there. Everybody's just forgotten about North Carolina and all the people that were hurt there, but it's still going on. Most of the insurance companies have denied claims because these people were not in floodplains and they didn't have flood insurance because they're not in floodplains. But it was, considered like a 1,000-year event, and they've all been screwed over. So, we're all a community. Whether you are a dog breeder or not, whatever, we all need to help each other. And that's how I feel about that. So I'm trying to help. I would have donated to that other person. I had every intention of doing it until I saw their limited disclosure and what seemed to me to be a manipulation of the truth. So I didn't, because I saw how much money they had versus how much money Vicky had, and it made me mad. It made me mad. So, but that's just the way things are, isn't it? Life's not fair. And it wasn't meant to be either. But, if you want to help somebody that genuinely needs it, please help Vicky. Good Lord, they scared me on that one. You see that jump? You guys, really? 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 You startled me. You startled me. Tuk, 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 tuk. You scared me, big dog. Anyway. Alrighty, well, I'm going to get in. This has already been long enough. And hope you guys enjoyed that little lesson about dominance and, you know, personalities of keeping all the dogs together, and my little rant about omissions of truth for maximum donations. I don't know what you want to call that. Fat boy. Who did you fat boy? Anyway, all right. Y'all have a good day, and I'll talk at you later. Bye.